In this video, I am going to explain about valid and invalid bits and page fault. First, let us see what is valid and what is invalid bit. Then we will discuss what is page fault. Okay. So let us assume that this is the secondary memory, this is the primary memory, and this is the CPU. Here we are using paging concept in order to allocate the memory. So entire secondary memory is divided into equal sized portions and each portion is called as a page, and the size of each page is 5 bytes. Now primary memory is divided into equal sized portions called frames, and here the size of each frame is 5 bytes. We know that frame size should be same as the page size. So frame size is 5 bytes as well as page size is 5. Now let us assume that I have a process queue. So it requires 20 bytes of memory to store its data. Now I cannot store this process in one page, so I will divide the process into different parts. So here I have divided process queue into 4 parts: Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. And here the size of each part is 5 bytes. So I can store each part in one page. So Q1 is stored here, Q2 is stored here, Q3 is stored here, and Q4 is stored here. Now CPU wants to execute process Q. Okay. CPU requested for Q1 first. But CPU cannot access the data from the secondary memory directly. So that page should be brought from secondary memory to the primary memory. So Q1 page is loaded into the primary memory. So now Q1 is stored at frame number 4. Again CPU wants to execute Q2. So Q2 should be loaded from secondary memory to the primary memory. Okay. So now we know that for each and every process there will be a page table. So this is the page table for process Q. Page table contains the page number, frame number, and valid and invalid bits. Here page number contains the page numbers of the process. If you observe, process Q is available in page number 1, 3, 5, 6. So here I have written 1, 3, 5, 6 because process Q is available in page number 1, page number 3, page number 5, and page number 6. And next we should write the frame number. If you observe page number 1 data means Q1, right? Q1 is stored in 4th frame. So here we should write frame number 4. And if you observe page number 3 means Q2. Q2 is stored in frame number 3. So here we should write the frame number as 3. So these are the page numbers and these are the frame numbers associated to page numbers. If you observe 5, page number 5 means Q3. Q3 is not available in the primary memory, so I have given a dash here. So now page number 6. Page number 6 means Q4. Q4 is also not available in the primary memory, so I have not written anything in the frame number column. And the next one is valid or invalid bit. Page table also contains the valid or invalid bit. Here, if you observe, page number 1, 3 are available in the primary memory. Page number 1 is available in the frame number 4. Page number 3 is available in the frame number 3. That means these two pages are available in the primary memory. So, the valid and invalid bit for these two pages is V. V means valid bit. That means the particular page is available in the primary memory. The valid bit indicates that this particular page is available in the primary memory. For page number 5 and 6, there is no frame numbers for these two pages. So I have written I. I means invalid. Invalid bit means these page numbers are not loaded into the primary memory. Right, so these bits are called invalid bits. So this is about valid and invalid bits. Valid and invalid bits. If a particular page is available in the primary memory, then for that page we should write valid and invalid bit as V. for a particular page, if that page is not available in the primary memory, then we should write the valid and invalid bit as I. So this is about valid and invalid bits. Now let us see what is page fault. Let us assume that now CPU has requested for page number 3. CPU has made a request for page number 3. So first it should check the page table. So in page table it finds an entry here. This is the entry, right? So page number 3 is available in frame number 3. So by using the page table it finds the frame number. Once it got the frame number, then control goes to that particular frame. Control goes to that particular frame, and now CPU can access the data. Now CPU can access the data. This is the process. Okay. If you observe, the required page, that means page number 3 is available in the primary memory, right? Page number 3 means Q2, right? Page number 3 means Q2. So from the page table we can say that page number 3 is available in frame number 3. So frame number 3 data will be accessed by the CPU. Here if you observe, required page is available in the primary memory. So this is called page hit. This is called page hit. That means CPU is requested for some page and that page is already available in the primary memory. So we can call it as a page hit. Now let us assume that CPU has requested for the page number 6. First it goes to the page table. So it checks for page number 6 here. If you observe, page number 6 data is available here. For page number 6 there is no frame number. That means this page is not available in the primary memory. So in this case, operating system will load the page 6. This is the page 6, right? It is not available in the primary memory. So operating system, what it will do is, it will load this page. From the secondary memory to the primary memory. Here I have 2 free spaces, right? So I can store in any of the page. So let us assume that Q4 is stored here. Okay. So now this is loaded into the primary memory. Now CPU can access the Q4 data. Okay. So when we have loaded the Q4 from secondary memory to the primary memory, so at that time the page table entry for 6 will also be modified. So page number 6 is this one, right? So page number 6 data is Q4. It is stored in frame number 1. So here page table is modified and the frame number is modified as 1. So now valid and invalid bit contains V. That means now Q4 is available in the primary memory. So the valid and invalid bit becomes V. If you observe, when CPU requested for page number 6, that page is not available in the page table or not available in the primary memory. So this is called page fault. That means when CPU requested for a particular page and that page is not available in the primary memory, then we can call that case as the page fault. If CPU requested for page number 3 and this page is already available in the primary memory, then we can say that there is a page hit. If CPU requested for page number 6 and that page is not available in the primary memory, then we can call it as a page fault. So that is about valid and invalid bits and page fault. Now we will see some steps in handling the page fault. So what are the steps, you know, right? So here is the CPU. Now this is the primary memory and secondary memory. In secondary memory I have stored the process Q. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. That means process Q is stored in the secondary memory. Now CPU wants to execute Q1. So Q1 should be brought from secondary memory to primary memory. Now CPU wants to execute Q2. So Q2 should be brought from secondary memory to the primary memory. Okay. So here we will maintain a page table for each and every process, right? So for process Q also we will maintain a page table. So in page table we have 3 columns: page number, frame number and valid and invalid bits. So here page number contains the page numbers of the process. This process is stored in page numbers 2, 4, 3, 5. 2, 4, 3, 5. And what is the frame number? Page number 2. Page number 2 data is Q1. So Q1 is stored in frame number 3. So here we should write 3. Page number 4. Page number 4 means Q2. Q2 is stored in 5th frame. So we have to write 5 here. And here valid and invalid bit is V for first 2 pages and I for second 2 pages, because these 2 pages are not available in the Q3 and Q4 are not available in the primary memory. So their valid and invalid bit becomes I. Now, so when there is a page fault, let us assume that CPU has requested for page number 5. Page number 5 means Q4, right? Q4 is not available in the primary memory, right? So first it makes a request to the CPU makes a request to the page table to check whether this page is available in the primary memory or not. I want to execute page number 5. So page number 5 data is not available in the primary memory. So valid and invalid bit is I, right? So there is no frame number related to page number. That means this page is not loaded into the primary memory. So now operating system, what it will do is, now operating system will check the secondary memory and it check the page number 5 and it will load the page number 5 into 5 data into the primary memory. Page number 5 data is Q4, right? It loads the data Q4 into the primary memory. Now CPU can access the Q4. Now CPU can access the Q4 and can execute the Q4 data. At this time, the page table entry for page number 5 will also be changed. So page number 5 data, that means Q4 is changed in frame number 1. So here we should write frame number as 1 and valid and invalid bit as V. These are the steps in handling the page fault. Now I will give a diagrammatic representation of page fault. Okay, these are the steps involved in the page fault. Let us assume that this is the CPU. Now CPU wants to load a particular page number from the primary memory. Okay, so now CPU wants to execute, for example, it wants to load some page number 5. So first it should refer to the page table. If you observe, let us assume that this is the row related to the page number 5. For page number 5 we have invalid bit. That means page number 5 is not available in the primary memory. So now operating system will take the request and it will check the secondary memory. In the secondary memory, it finds the particular page M and it loads that page into the primary memory. So this is the primary memory and this is the free frame in the primary memory. So operating system will load this page into this primary memory. So after loading the data into the primary memory, so now we should change the page table entry, right? So we should change the page table entry. These are the steps in handling the page fault. Okay, so here CPU is making a request for page number 5. So page number is nothing but it is address, right? We can also call it as reference. Now after checking the page table, here the required entry is not found. So it is called address trap, because we cannot find the page number 5 details in the primary memory. So it is called address trap. Now operating system will take the request and it checks the backing storage. That means it checks the secondary memory and brings that missing page into the primary memory. Then it reset the page table. After loading the page into primary memory, it should reset the page table. Then we should restart the instruction, because it wants to execute page number 5 but that page is not available in the primary memory. So we have stopped the execution, right? So now we should restart the execution of the instruction. These are the steps in handling the page fault.